So when you set this up, you're making a decision. Um, Again, I don't think the prices are going to stay this high. I think they're going to come down first off. But the first decision you have to make is, well, how many accounts do I currently have and how many accounts do I plan on having? I have 30 accounts. Okay. 20 or so of those are funded, like 19 are funded. The rest are just evals. I chose this one and it recommended these VPS. VPS is a cloud server. We'll get into that in a second. It's fairly simple. But so how am I trading 30 accounts with 8 agents if only one agent can trade one account at a time? You set up groups in Tradeovate, and just just for the sake of showing you, just in case you don't know how to do that yet, maybe both of you do. I'm not sure, but actually, let me use an account that I have multiple accounts with. Simulated trading. Okay, cool. So look, see, I have a group right here. Lucid 4x 50K. So what that means is there's 4 50K Lucids in this group. I made that group by going down here. I clicked manage groups. I then clicked this plus sign here, created a new group and named it and clicked OK. All of my accounts, they were over here like this, but I looked for all the 50Ks. So 50, 0, 50, 0, 50, 0, 50, those are 50Ks. So I took all my 50Ks because I want my 50Ks to trade Pure Hunter with 350 risk or so. So in order for me to use one agent instead of using 4, what I'm going to do is put all my 50Ks in a group. We're going to leave this at 1 because I don't want to multiply my risk to 700. I want it to stay at 350. 1R. My 2R, sure, 700, but 1R, I want it to stay at 1R. So if the trade hits 2R, I'll be at 700, then not 1400. I don't want to lose 700 per trade. Okay, I only want to lose 350. So we're going to leave that at 1, and we're going to put all of our 50Ks over here. We're going to leave that 150K over here by itself. It's the only one I have. So it doesn't need a group. It's just going to take up one agent. Okay, so one agent here, one agent here. Between the 5 accounts, I was able to use 2 agents, and I'll show you exactly how that's done. So you just click save, and now you have your group here. So I just wanted to show you that real quick. We're going to go back to that when we actually get deeper into Clear Edge. It's really simple. And so I wanted to explain that to help you make this decision, right? If you only have 2 brokers and if you only have 1 broker and 2 accounts, then just get the starter. Or if you have like 2 brokers and 4 accounts each, you still only need the starter because you can group those 4 accounts for each and then just assign 1 agent to each group, and you're good. You just use 2 agents on 8 accounts. Okay? So that's going to help you make that decision. The next decision you're going to have to make is good. Okay. So the next decision you're going to have to make is, if you haven't made this already, is am I going to do the VPS or am I simply just going to download ClearEdge, okay, onto my device and then just make sure that my device stays awake between the hours of 8:30 a.m. Central Standard Time and 3 p.m. Central Standard Time, Monday through Friday. That's it. So you can put your PC on a timer, just as long as it stays. If it's a desktop, it'll just pop on. If it's a laptop, just make sure it's open. You can put it on a timer to turn on at those times, and then when it's not those times, it can go back to sleep. Very, very simple. Doesn't really degrade the performance on your PC from what I've seen. And it's free. You don't have to pay these obscene costs here for a VPS server that, in my opinion, um, could be better. Okay, I had a little bit of trouble at first with my VPS. Um, I eventually figured it out, and I was good to go. Now it's smooth sailing. I needed to figure it out so I could teach everybody, but I prefer the download. Okay, I did the download yesterday for the first time, and I'm honestly impressed at how good downloading it onto the device was. So if you like, you don't have to do that, and you can just go ahead and download it. I think there's a download link in this chat somewhere. You should be prompted to download it on your ClearEdge, but maybe not. I know I didn't, so I had to ask somebody for the download link. If you need it, just let me know. I'm going to try to grab it for you anyways. But a benefit of the VPS, if you do go that route, is it'll stay on. If you have a lot of brokers and accounts, like I said, I have 6 brokers and 30 accounts. So I had to choose this one, the 140 a month, and I chose that. So all in at 240. I was like, I kind of didn't like that because I was, over half the price of my bot. So yeah, I really would like these prices to come down. But beyond that, I still like, upon connecting all 6 brokers and activating all 30 accounts and turning on all 6 systems and strategies, it really started to degrade in performance. And it made me wonder. I was like, well, am I going to have to, get the 200 a month or the 279? Or maybe if I hardwire with the better Ethernet, that can help too, right? So you have options. Definitely hardwire, that should improve your performance. And then maybe you'll be able to stick with this one, or even potentially downgrade if you get a good Ethernet. But if like you're on a laptop and you don't have an Ethernet, like some kind of MacBooks, you'll have to get a Thunderbolt adapter and that to Type C, and that'll actually help solve that problem. So Ethernet will definitely help you, probably be good with this one, or maybe even this one with 6 brokers and roughly 20 to 30 accounts. Once you go beyond that and you start to really scale, you're going to definitely need to either go this route or just say, forget all that altogether and download it onto your device. So yeah, it is pretty steep. Enough yapping though about that. I'm sure y'all are ready and you've got it downloaded. So go ahead and get logged in if you've got it downloaded, and if you don't and you did the VPS, if you don't have it bought, go ahead and buy it, and then once it's bought and ready, you're going to go to VPS instances, and then you're going to launch it. Okay. It's going to take a minute to launch if this is your first time launching it. So give it 4 or 5 minutes, and then it's going to load up, and you're going to open up the ClearEdge app on the little desktop that you see when it opens up, and just log in the same way you would with if you were to download it, like I've done here. And you're going to see this probably this home screen dashboard shit right here. Yeah, bro, that's also Dab. That's why I don't manually trade any of my bot accounts. I just trade Bullnox. I literally just trade Bullnox, bro. Cheap evals, I throw them at the wall. I have a really good strategy with Bullnox. I don't You know, they're cheap. I get them for $15 with code Nix. Then I just full port them. And I don't care if they... So pick a different firm, bro, to trade. And then what you give to the bot, just give it to the bot. That's my best advice. So once your VPS gets loaded, guys, or you've downloaded ClearEdge and you get logged in, let's go to your dashboard. And you probably, if you haven't started yet, you're not going to see anything here. We're just going to confirm that you see this logo right here. I just want to confirm you see the Playbit logo. As long as you see the Playbit logo, you are good. You have been accepted or approved into it. The next thing that we want to do is this little plus sign right here. We want to click that, and we're going to add a broker. Okay. So I already added Apex. I added Top Step. I added Lucid. So now I'm going to add my funded futures. No. I'm going to add Tradeify. Okay. So you're going to click Tradeivate. And then you're going to come up here to this setting cog in the top right and click set credentials. Now these credentials were given to you by your prop firm. So let me go grab those real quick from Tradeify. Okay, paste that in and then grab the password. You only have to do this once, luckily. Save. I'm gonna go ahead and rename it so I know who this is. Put a little logo. I think Creatify is green, so that makes sense. Perfect. Now, let's go ahead and add a strategy. We're gonna do what we can for now. Let's select our signal. So this is where you actually define what you want traded, okay? So just to show you, there's a lot of options here. It tells you the risk, the strategy, the account size, everything. Okay, there's 27 different ones here. Don't click the test. That's our test signal. Okay, so before we get into that, we need to get your accounts loaded in here. How do we do that? We're gonna go up here to where it says system paused, and we're gonna click that. We're gonna turn it on, and it's actually going to automatically open Tradeivate and automatically punch in all your credentials that you just set in that settings cog. And then it's gonna make you do all this stuff. I did it the right way once. Now I'm not gonna do this the right way every time. Just fill it out. It really doesn't matter. I wonder why it does that to me. Right, so I'll do that, and then I think I click like escape. Perfect. Click escape, and then it should let you access the simulation. You're going to open it up, and it's opened up Tradevate. And this is one of those things that you have to keep open, okay? If I was to close this, the simulation would shut down, and no trades would go through. So don't close this. This needs to stay out. This is how it makes it look like the trades are coming from your device. You're logged in on your device at your house, and it says open. So there's no way of getting caught whatsoever. Okay, let me explain it really quickly, Nix. Go back here. So, simply, right here, I have downloaded ClearEdge, right? And then logged in with my approved linked account. Ty should have sent you a link. And I've already bought my ClearEdge subscription. All right. When you do the download, you don't need the VPS. You just need to leave your PC on between 8 a.m. Central Standard Time and 3 p.m. Central Standard Time. All right, just in case there's a trade happens Monday through Friday. And it runs way better on your device than it does on the VPS, unless you're on a PC and your Ethernet. I've noticed that's really good. Okay, so you would start essentially here on the ClearEdge website, log in. This is where you would purchase everything. Right here is where you would make the decision on your software license. I explained the agents, how each agent is one account. So imagine if you have 16 accounts, okay, you need this plan. If you have 32 accounts, you need this plan. If you have more than 3 strategies, you need this plan. Like it gets, and this only allows 2 strategies, right? So like, these prices are going to have to come down. We're going to need more strategies, and we're going to need more agents. But I have a way to help you save on your agents. I have 30 accounts and I've used 8 agents. Okay, so, and I don't do this anymore. I canceled my VPS because it was too much, and I don't like the way it functions as much as it does on my device. And I don't have a problem leaving my device on right at those times. I put it on timer. Okay, so look, this is how it works. Once you get your advanced, probably gonna need the advanced, it's the one I recommend for everybody. Go ahead and download ClearEdge or buy your VPS. If you buy the VPS, once it loads, go here, launch it. And then once it launches, you're gonna just open ClearEdge, okay, and log in. Then you're going to, first thing you're gonna do is when you're logged in, you're going to add your exchange, okay? Once you add your exchange, it's going to pop up like this here. It's going to say Tradevate. You're going to name it because I want to name this Tradefy because I'm adding my Tradefy accounts. You come up here to the settings cog, you set your credentials, and then you click save. Then you open the system, right? You turn the system on, and then it launches Tradevate. No, it does not use the API. It uses your device. This is why. Look, it auto logged me in because I set the credentials, and it's open on my device. This needs to stay open on your device, okay? For every broker. Sorry, for every prop firm. So I'm gonna need to do this for Tradefy. I'm gonna need to do this for well, you gotta let me show you. You're caught up now, so let me show you. Let me show you. Because I can't just like auto advance for everyone who's already here. You're caught up now. I got you caught up. So now here we are. We've opened Tradevate. Speaking of the groups, I've created a group here. Tradefy 5x 50Ks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So instead of using 5 agents to trade 5 accounts, I will make a group with those 5 50Ks because they're all trading the same strategy, the same risk. I'm going to just make a group right here, name it, click OK, and then these were all over here at first, like this. And then I move them over here, like that. And then I've made the group. And if I wanted them, right now it's 350 risk, 325. If I wanted them to do double that, I would do this. All right, but I don't want that. Okay, I don't want that. So I'm not going to do that. Then I click save, and then now you have your group. Okay. Now I'm about to show you how it converts to a buy signal. Look, it's gonna bring it all together. Yeah, those numbers that I just showed you are multipliers, right? So right now, the strategy that I chose is like 325, 350. Let's just say it's 350. And I did this. That means whatever accounts that I do that to are now trading 700. Yeah, last night we were hella confused. Okay, so once you get this, we're going to open up ClearEdge again. Let's go ahead and turn this off because this refresh button does not work for shit, or it takes forever. And then let's turn it back on. It's going to auto log you back in. Then we're just going to go back to ClearEdge again. And now we're going to select our account, which is the group. Boom. See that? You should be able to select your group. So this way, now, instead of using 5 agents, you've used one. One agent is going to send the signal to all of those accounts. Now, where does the signal come from? How does it work? I, in the back end, am sending all of the signals one by one the moment they hit. So what I actually did is I created every single signal one by one based on account size, moderate, safe, aggressive, and strategy. Okay, so there's 27. 3 per strategy per account size. Okay, so you got aggressive, moderate, safe, aggressive, moderate, safe, aggressive, moderate, safe. And you see they're different account sizes for the same strategy. I think 9 total for each. So I handmade all of these for you guys. And then what I also did is we have a master trading view account, Nix, that I also did every single layout, every single strategy setting, every single alert, every webhook, every message, JSON file, everything for all of these. Not literally, but it was me setting everything up in the back first, beforehand. Yes, I set all of this up so you're using our webhook and our JSON message. So all you're having to do is just choose the strategy that you want to run, and you linked it to this group of accounts. Once we're done here and the system's on, that's it. We're literally done, guys. I know it was like a kind of drawn out leading up to this point, but you all needed to understand what we were doing. Once you choose this, okay, so what are these 50Ks? Let's go. Pure Hunter, 50K, moderate, 325. I'm going to choose that. Let's choose the contract name, MNQM6. Multiplier stays at 1. That doesn't get touched. Says 1x right here. That's what it should say. Ready to activate. Click done. Turn it on right here. And you are 100% done. That's it. I've already done all the other stuff Okay, let's explain it again. So, yes, exactly. It's a signal from TradingView that I already created in the backend beforehand. So, let me turn this off real quick. I handed each of these, I made these inside the ClearEdge dashboard master account. So this is controlled by Ty, okay? And then we have a master account for TradingView. I hand created every single strategy and every single layout, all the settings, all the alerts, one by one. No, you don't need TradingView. Well, I'm trying to get the point across that that's what this is. So you don't need TradingView or like Traders Post anymore. That's all it is. So instead of you doing it, it's been done, and you're just gonna choose it, right? So the moment you choose it, like I said, you put in the contract name here, and it's over with. You click done, you turn it on, and that's all it is. So it's our best attempt to simplify this for you guys outside of like the VPS. No, it still runs in the cloud. It's Ty's master trading view. He has a whole trading view specifically for this. Not the one he uses for day trading. It's specifically for this. It's logged in on Ty's computer, probably on his Mac Mini at his house. No, it's in the cloud, bro. Trading views, the scripts and everything and the layouts, they're in the cloud. So if AWS goes down, then we're all screwed. Yeah, let me show you. Let me log in. Can I log in here? Well, look, this is how I did it when I was on. Look, when you create a new signal, that's all you do. That's all you do, bro. Same shit. Pure Hunter. Select source, trading view strategy, description, you know, it doesn't matter. Next. Now I have a webhook, and now I have a JSON message. And then I would take this and I would go create everything for you. And then you're choosing this Pure Hunter when you connect it to your account. You cannot change the existing strat. You can't edit it, unfortunately. This is for people who don't want to do any customization. If you want to do customization, we have something for you. Oh, you didn't mean edit? I'm sorry. How do you change the strategy? Let me go back. So you want to change it to something else. You want to change this to something else? Okay. We're going to turn this off, and then we're going to just change it. So right now it's this one. Let's say I want to do, and you don't have to, just because these are 50Ks, that doesn't mean I have to choose this 50K. I just got to choose the right strategy that I want. Okay. So let's say I want to risk the hell out of these. These are evals, and I want to do 825 risk. So I'll choose the aggressive 825 risk for Pure Hunter. And then I'll click done. And then I'll turn it back on, and then that's it. I can make you a custom 826, sure. Does this all make sense, guys? Sorry, it took me 30 minutes to explain that. It's actually really simple. I like it a lot. But for people who still want full customization, we have something that's better than Trader's Post. After you change, do we have good security? After you change quantity in the Tradevate group, should it reflect 2x on its strategy and clearage? No. No, it will still reflect 1x. Okay? Bro, oh, never mind. I thought I was doxing my shit. That's on a different screen. Like 4 streams ago, I had doxed my debit card. Had to get a new one. The second time I did that. At this point, I know that's what I was saying the second time. That's just on me at that point. Might as well just give it to y'all. So that was Tradeify on Tradeivate, but it really for any Tradeivate it's the same thing. You know, I got some strategy set up here, but I'm not I don't have them turned on because I'm actually only testing Apex here, which is here. I got it turned on. I'm gonna keep that on, and then I'm gonna keep this on, right? Obviously I can turn it off now. I can turn it off tonight. It's 8 p.m. But when I wake up in the morning, I'm gonna make sure it's on. And if I go on vacation, I'm either gonna bring this with me, or I'm just gonna make sure it just stays on while I'm gone. You know what I'm saying? Bring your laptop with you. You can download ClearEdge on any device. You know, not your phone, I don't think, but yeah, not your phone, but you can download it on any device. You know, so if you want to take it with you on a laptop, you can do that. Oh, and the only thing different about Top Step is everything's the same, except it doesn't launch Tradeivate. It launches Project X, so you can set up your followers in there. You only need to just choose. Let's say you had 5 accounts with Top Step, or more than one. You would just define it as a follower and lead situation inside your Project X whenever it launches it, and then choose the follower here, and that's it. And for the contract, it's not MNQ M6, it's just MNQ. Okay. That's pretty fire. Yes. Whether you're on the VPS or on your device, you absolutely need to have those open. Let me show you. So here's my Apex. This is on, and I want it on because I need these running. So it says system active. If I was to here's my Apex, see? PA Apex. If I was to close this, like I just did, my system is now paused and it's turned off. Okay, so if I click this again, boom, now it is back on as it should be. And this is what it wants. It wants to be, it needs to be on because this is how it looks like the orders are coming directly from your computer. Oh yeah, I'll show you, bro. No, that Shrek one is fire, dude. I would, if I had the space, you know. Stupid. Yes, you have to. Okay. You have to. You have to have multiple open at once. And it, on the VPS, that's actually what slows down the VPS. So that's, and it kind of slows down my computer just a little bit. As you can see, like this Mac should not be slowing down, but you know, Tradeovate's kind of heavy, so is it a waste of money? No, no, I don't think so. I think it's necessary. Because when you're doing the VPS cloud, it doesn't slow your computer down. Just run the VPS and you can do it from anywhere in the world. So you set it up one time at home and you can go to Germany and log in from your phone and handle something, you know, turn it back on, turn it off or whatever. You need RAM. You need RAM. So outside of like the CPU and your GPU, RAM is going to be like a good power supply, like Nick said. Upgraded power supply and RAM are going to be like one of your best friends right now. Well, you were joking incorrectly, or correctly, sorry. You were joking correctly because power supply issues can cause your computer to just not function well. It's gonna have degraded performance. Does anyone else have any more questions in regards to this? Maybe somebody came late and wants me to go over everything again. More than happy to do that. Yes, mitochondria is the powerhouse of the cell. Well, let me show you how easy it is, Base God, okay? It's super easy. I assume you want to do the download. So all you're going to do is just download it to your device, right? Get your subscription. So let me go here to subscriptions. This is what you're going to see right here once it loads. Since you're doing a download, you don't need this. Don't worry about none of this. Just get the starter. Okay, this is all, no, sorry. Get the advanced. This is what you need. You should have been given a promo code of some sort. Maybe a discount through that link. I'm not sure. But you're going to choose this. Once that's good to go, you're not launching a VPS, so you don't got to worry about that. We're actually just going to download ClearEdge. Once you download ClearEdge, you're going to log in. Okay. And then once you log in on the dashboard, you're going to see Playbit right here. Tradeify paper account. They're all paper accounts. Oh, that one I was showing you. Oh, the one to proxy? Okay, guys, I got a super sick thing here. Let me show you. Go to Tradeivate. It's free. Okay, so you just got to make a live account. Here's my live account with Tradeivate. I'm going to log in, right? And instead of clicking my live trading account, I had to apply for it. It's like applying for a bank account. You just give them your info. You're a non-professional trader. You don't work at a hedge fund, and then you click simulation. And then, yeah, you click simulation instead of is the market closed? You click simulation instead of live. And then now this is the account that you would use as your lead instead of like a drop firm. So now you don't need to go and buy a drop firm anymore. You would just use this account as your lead. Yes, it'll work. You might need to pay for data. I funded my live account, so I don't have to pay for data. And I'm pretty sure it transferred over. Yeah, there's my live account. It has a little bit of money in it. Where's subscriptions? Here we go. Boom. Active on both. Included with plan, included with plan. Because I funded my account, it's free. So, 0 per month. Yes, this is my new method for the lead, base god. That's it. So now this can run your lead, and you can, as you can see, I just threw down 100 contracts on it, 100 micros. It's all good. It works. So when you're using it to log into, whether it be Traders Post or Loon, you would, instead of choosing live, choose simulated or demo, whatever it is. It's simulated, I think. So let's close that. How do you transfer a little bit of money? What you do is, let me go back here. Accounts. You're going to go to accounts, and you see how I can access my live account from my demo account. So you could click withdraw when you're ready to take a payout on your own, or you could fund it, and you would fund it with your debit card or your bank. Oh yeah, I was showing base god. Yeah, as you can see, my shit's kind of slow right now because I got multiple active. Let's turn Tradeify off because I won't be using that. I got that covered. So look, base god, once you have ClearEdge downloaded and you're logged in, you're going to go to your dashboard. You're not going to see none of this because you haven't set it up yet, but you're going to see Playbit. That's a good sign. The next thing you're going to do is click this plus sign. You're going to add your broker, Tradevate. Let's add, who am I going to add? Let's add My Funded Futures, or no, let's add Alpha. So how do you do that? You go to the settings cog right here, you click it, and then you set the credentials. So now I'm going to go grab my Alpha credentials. Go grab the password. You need the CME group. There's $12 per month. Just the $12. Don't get the 48. You don't need anything else, bro. Put in the password. Boom. It's a good question. I think maybe because of micros, but I'm not 100% sure. If it lets you, try it out. If it lets you, let me know, and I'll cancel mine and save the little $8. Well, actually, I'm not paying for it anyways because I funded my account. But yeah, let me know if that works because I got a bunch of people paying $12 right now for no reason. Okay, so next thing, you did the credentials. The next thing you want to do, let's name it alpha. Give it a logo. Boom. Now we're going to turn the system on. The system's currently paused. Let's turn it on. What that's going to do, it's going to launch your broker. I've made like 50, 60 people spend an extra $8 for no reason. You know, fill this stuff in. Okay, click escape, start simulated trading. Boom. Honestly, you can close all of this shit. Like this shit is taking up precious RAM and disk space, memory. Let's close it all. We don't need any of it because you're not trading and the bot doesn't need that shit to trade. Okay, I've created a group here. 1, 2, 3, 4, incorrectly labeled, but 4 accounts. Put in a group. Done like this. Named it. They were over here. Brought them over here. Click save. And now I have my group. I can actually minimize that. Don't exit out of it. Don't exit out of any of these. We're going to go back to ClearEdge. They open. You may not see them because they are either hidden or minimized, but I don't advise using Trade-of-8 on the VPS. It's really bad. So just go ahead and do the Trade-of-8. Leave them open, but go ahead and do your groups inside your Chrome browser or something if you're doing the VPS route. Okay, so now that you've left that open, you've got that added, here's your accounts. Click this refresh account. You should see them. If you don't, turn it off right here. Wait 5-10 seconds and then turn it back on and then minimize it and come back here and then you will see your accounts. Okay? We don't want to choose our accounts one by one because that would take fucking forever. What we're going to do, since we made the group, we're going to choose the group so that when this signal hits the group, it's all accounts trade the same signal. Okay? And that's what I want. So look, we made these already. So you don't have to use TradingView. You don't have to use anything like that. All you do is select the pre-made signal. Let's do Pure Hunter, 50K moderate, 325 for these 50Ks. Do the contract signal, MNQM6, and then you're done. Click done, turn it on, and you are 100% done. No webhooks, no JSONs, no copy pasting, nothing. You are actually 100% done, Base God. Okay, so that's it, and you would just do the next broker. Yeah, super easy. MJ, as long as your system says active, you're good. Don't try to use those Trade-of-8s on the VPS. They suck. I know I'm using them on my device, but that's because the device download is just better. It just works better. All right, for me anyways. Yeah, if y'all have any issues, just please DM me. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and end this stream here. Not the stream, sorry.